What if I told you there's one small but powerful response in your body that most people over 65 have completely lost touch with? And without it, something as simple as a missed step could turn into a serious fall. I'm not saying this to alarm you. I'm saying this because I want you to be aware of it, so you can do something about it starting today. Here's the part that really gets me. The way to bring this response back takes less than 2 minutes a day. 2 minutes. And almost no one in their 60s, 70s, or 80s is doing it. So if the worry about falling, or falling again, is something that's been on your mind, something that makes you a little more careful getting up from the couch, walking to the kitchen, or stepping outside, then I think this video is going to be genuinely helpful for you. We're going to go through 6 gentle but effective balance exercises designed to help reduce the risk of falls, talk about why they work when other approaches don't seem to, and walk through exactly how to do each one safely, right in your own home. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications. That way, you won't miss any of the tips we share here. And if this video turns out to be helpful for you, let me know by typing the number 1 in the comments. If you think there's something I could explain better, type 0. I read through the comments, and it genuinely helps me make these videos more useful for you. Now, let me ask you something. When most people think about working on their balance, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Usually, it's standing on one leg, holding it for 10 or 20 seconds, wobbling a bit, maybe grabbing the wall, and calling it done for the day. Sound familiar? Here's the thing about that approach. Standing still on one leg doesn't really prepare your body for the moments that matter most. Why? Because falls rarely happen when we're standing perfectly still. They happen while we're moving, walking across the living room and catching the edge of a rug with our foot, stepping off a curb where the ground isn't quite where we expected, or shifting our weight just a little too far and not being able to correct in time. So if we really want to work on preventing falls, the exercises need to train exactly that. Your body's ability to notice when it's a little off balance and gently bring itself back to center before anything goes wrong. That's really the heart of everything we're going to cover today. Before we begin, I want to say this clearly. If at any point any of these movements cause pain in your feet, ankles, knees, hips, or anywhere else, please stop right away. Only work within what feels comfortable and safe for your body. And if you have any concerns about your balance, or you've had a recent fall, it's a good idea to check in with your doctor or a physical therapist before trying anything new. Always keep a wall, chair, or sturdy countertop nearby for support. I'd also like to explain something first, because I think it'll change the way you think about your own balance going forward. One of the most important and most overlooked parts of your body when it comes to staying steady is down in your feet, especially your toes. When your body starts to lean forward or shift too far in any direction, the muscles in your feet are designed to respond almost instantly. Your toes naturally grip the floor, creating the traction needed to bring you gently back to a balanced position. This is something your body has always known how to do. But here's what tends to happen over the years. As we spend more time in cushioned shoes, on flat, even surfaces, without giving our feet much of a challenge, the connection to those small but important muscles can become a little weaker. The signals between your brain and your feet aren't quite as quick as they used to be. It's a bit like a light switch in a room where the wiring has gotten a little loose. You flip the switch, and the response is delayed. The wiring is still there. It just needs some attention. And here's the encouraging part. Unlike old wiring, this connection in your body can be rebuilt. These muscles in your feet and toes respond well when you give them gentle, consistent practice. Your body hasn't forgotten how to do this. It just needs a little reminder, a little nudge, given regularly, to wake back up. And that's exactly what these 6 exercises are designed to do. Before we get into them, I want to take a moment because your safety matters more than anything else here. First, if you've been told you have a balance condition, osteoporosis, Parkinson's, or any condition that affects your stability, please talk with your doctor or a physical therapist before trying these movements. These exercises are meant as general guidance for healthy older adults, and your doctor may want to adjust them for your situation. Second, if you've had a recent fall, especially one that resulted in any kind of injury, please get medical clearance before starting any new routine. Your body may still be healing in ways that aren't obvious, and pushing too soon could set you back. Third, it's best to avoid doing these exercises in socks on a hard floor, since that combination can be slippery. Going barefoot is actually ideal for these exercises because it helps your brain get clearer signals from the ground. If barefoot isn't comfortable for you, shoes with a good non-slip sole work well too. Fourth, always have something within reach before you begin. A wall, a sturdy chair, or a countertop. Not because you're expecting to need it, but because knowing it's there can help you feel more relaxed and confident as you move, which actually makes the exercises more effective. And finally, if anything feels sharply painful, causes dizziness, or just doesn't feel right, stop right away. There's no need to push through discomfort. Go at whatever pace feels right for you. Let's get started. Exercise 1. The toe lean. This is really the foundation for everything else we'll do today, and it's the exercise that most directly works with that natural balance response in your feet. Start by standing in a corner of a room where 2 walls come together, facing into the corner so both walls are just in front of you on either side. If you happen to lean a bit too far, the walls are right there. You might also want to place a sturdy chair in front of you within arm's reach for extra reassurance. Stand with your feet just a few inches apart, back straight, chin level, shoulders relaxed. Now gently lean your whole body forward from your ankles, like a single straight line tipping forward without bending at the hips. As you lean, you'll feel your toes naturally press into the floor. If you're barefoot, you may notice this even more clearly, which is exactly what we want. Before you reach the point where you'd need to step forward, let your toes gently guide you back to center. That's 1 repetition. Try 10 in a row, and repeat this 3 or 4 times throughout your day. Once this starts to feel easy, you can hold something light, like a small can of soup, 2 or 3 pounds, against your chest, which gives your toes a bit more to work with. Exercise 2. Weight shifting side to side. Falls don't only happen when we move forward. They often happen sideways too, like when we reach for something, step to the side, or turn around. This exercise gently prepares your body for that kind of movement. Stand behind a sturdy chair, resting both hands lightly on the back for support. Feet about hip-width apart, back straight. Slowly shift your weight onto your right foot, lifting your left foot just slightly, barely an inch, off the floor. Hold for about 3 seconds. Then shift back to center and over to your left foot, lifting your right foot slightly. Hold for 3 seconds. That's 1 full round. Try for 10 rounds. Move slowly and with control. This isn't just about balancing. It's about helping your hips, ankles, and core get used to working together. As this becomes more comfortable, You might try resting just one finger on the chair instead of your whole hand, and eventually no support at all, whenever you feel ready. Exercise 3. Heel-to-toe walk. This one closely mirrors the kind of walking that tends to challenge us most. Narrow hallways, tight spaces, stepping carefully around things on the floor. Sometimes it's called a tandem walk, and it's one of the best ways to work on balance while you're actually moving, which is what matters most in everyday life. Find a hallway or a clear stretch along a wall, and place one hand on the wall if you'd like some support to start. Place your right foot directly in front of your left, so the heel of your right foot is touching, or almost touching, the toes of your left foot. Then bring your left foot forward the same way, heel to toe, in a straight line. Take 10 steps forward like this. Then turn around carefully and take 10 steps back. That's 1 set. Try for 2 sets. Try to look ahead rather than down at your feet, since in everyday life your balance needs to work while your eyes are focused on where you're going. This might feel a little tricky at first, and that's perfectly normal. That's exactly what's helping. Exercise 4. Standing marches. When we catch our foot on something, a rug, a step, an uneven bit of sidewalk, our body needs to lift the foot quickly enough to clear it. If the muscles that lift our legs have gotten a little weaker, that's often the moment a small stumble turns into something more. Standing marches gently work on exactly this. Stand tall behind your chair, hands resting lightly on the back. Slowly lift your right knee up toward your chest, as high as feels comfortable, without leaning your upper body back. Hold for 2 seconds at the top, then lower it slowly back down. Repeat on the left side. That's 1 rep. Aim for 10 on each side. Take your time on both the lifting and the lowering. The lowering part is just as valuable because it helps your body land steadily when your foot returns to the floor. Once this feels easier, you can try it without holding the chair, with your arms out to the sides instead. Exercise 5. Clock reaches. This one helps with what's sometimes called multi-directional balance, your ability to reach and move in different directions without losing your footing. Think about how often during the day you reach for something, a shelf, a cup, a grandchild. Each of those moments calls on this kind of balance. Stand behind your chair with your right hand resting lightly on the back. Imagine you're standing in the center of a clock face on the floor. Slowly extend your left leg forward to 12 o'clock, tapping your toes lightly on the floor, then bring it back to center. Reach out to 9 o'clock to the side, then return. Reach back to about 7 o'clock, behind and slightly to the side, then return. That's 1 round. Try 3 rounds with the left leg. Then switch sides. Hold the chair with your left hand and use your right leg to reach toward 12, 3, and 5 o'clock. Keep your standing leg slightly soft, not locked, and your back nice and tall throughout. Exercise 6. Sit to stand without using your hands. This one tends to surprise people. Getting up from a chair is one of the moments where many falls happen for people over 65. Yet it's rarely something we practice on purpose. This exercise works on leg strength and balance at the same time, which makes it especially useful for everyday life. Sit near the front edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Cross your arms over your chest. This takes away the temptation to push off with your hands. Lean your upper body slightly forward from your hips and press through your heels to stand up slowly and steadily. Once you're fully standing, pause for 2 seconds, then lower yourself back down slowly without dropping into the seat. That's 1 rep. Start with 8. If doing this without your hands feels too difficult at first, that's completely fine. Rest your hands lightly on your thighs for a bit of help, and gradually use them less over time. Now, the best way to bring all 6 of these exercises into your day is something I like to call balance snacks. Short bursts of practice, just 30 to 60 seconds each, spread out through your day rather than all at once. Do the toe lean while your coffee is brewing. Do the weight shifts during a commercial break. Do the sit-to-stands before lunch. Do the standing marches while you're waiting for something to heat up in the microwave. It fits naturally into the day in a way that setting aside a long block of time for exercise often doesn't. And there's good reason to believe this kind of spread-out approach works well for building balance and coordination as we get older. Small, repeated moments throughout the day add up, and your body responds to that consistency. You really don't need to try all 6 exercises right away. That would be a lot to take on at once, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed in the first week and lose motivation. Instead, think of this as something you build up gradually. Start with just the toe lean and the side-to-side weight shifts. Practice those until they start to feel familiar, until you're not reaching for the wall quite as much and you feel a little steadier. That might take a few days or a couple of weeks. Either way is completely fine. Once those feel solid, add the heel-to-toe walk, then the standing marches, then the clock reaches, and then the sit-to-stands. Roughly 1 new exercise each week, at whatever pace feels right for you. By the end of about 6 weeks, you'll have a full routine that takes less than 10 minutes total, and you may start to notice you feel a bit steadier and more confident on your feet. And here's something worth keeping in mind. Try not to skip these on the days you're feeling good. I know it's tempting to think you don't need it on those days, but those are actually some of the most valuable days to keep going. Every bit of practice helps build the kind of response that's there for you automatically, in that split second when you need it most. You're doing this now so your body has what it needs later. That's really what this is all about. It's not only about reducing the chance of a fall, it's about holding on to your independence. It's about moving through your day a little more freely, reaching for things, stepping outside, and continuing to live life the way you want to, in your own home, for as long as possible. Now, balance is really just one part of the picture. The other important piece is leg strength. And I want to spend a moment on this because it's something a lot of people overlook. Here's something worth knowing. Research suggests that people with weaker legs face a noticeably higher chance of a fall in a given year compared to those with stronger legs. That's a meaningful difference, and it's worth paying attention to. Weaker legs can mean slower reactions when you start to feel unsteady, less ability to catch yourself, and a bit less stability with every step. Think about the everyday moments that rely on leg strength. Getting up from the couch, climbing a step, walking across a parking lot, catching yourself if you stumble. All of these depend on your legs being ready to respond. But here's what I really want you to take away from this. Your legs can get stronger at any age. It doesn't matter if you're 65, 75, or well beyond. These muscles are still very capable of responding to the right kind of gentle, consistent practice. And even small, steady improvements can make a noticeable difference in how steady and confident you feel day to day. That's why I've put together another video focused on simple, safe, leg strengthening exercises for people over 65. No equipment needed, all done right at home, and suitable for any fitness level, including complete beginners. You'll find that video right on the screen now, and I'll walk you through everything step by step, at whatever pace works for you. If this video was helpful, let me know with a 1 in the comments. If not, a 0 is completely fine too. I read through them all. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, liking, sharing, and subscribing really helps. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and here's to feeling steady, confident, and at home in your own body.